Good morning, guys. You'll have to excuse me, I've been sick for a week, so I still can't talk very well, but I'm out here riding my horse, Leo, getting it done. We have an endurance ride next weekend, so I'm gonna take him out on a little shakeout ride. But I wanted to do a little video just for y'all to get to know me a little bit better and why I would be a good fit for y'all to follow me on the Derby. And so this is kind of raw. I haven't practiced anything. I just wrote the questions down so I could answer as I was getting a ride in. But the first one was, who am I? Well, my name is Heather. I go by Flash. I got my name because I was always running at the endurance rides and the competitive trail competitions. Before competition, after, I would always be running the trails. And so the joke was, you know, where is she? There she goes. Here she comes. We never know where she's at. So the name kind of stuck. And why I want to do the Derby. I love hard things. I love doing things that nobody else is willing to do. And at the end of the day, it just gives me a lot of satisfaction. You know, one of the things I always say are the regrets in life are not the things that you've done, but the things you didn't do. And so the worst thing that could happen is for me to get to the end of my life and not do the things that I have always wanted to do. And I saw this race, I've been following it for years, and the funny thing popped up in my memory on Facebook the other day, things I wanted to do before I die, and the Mongol Derby was on the list. And I looked back at that the other day, and I'm like, it's crazy when you make a goal and you work towards it, it'll happen for you. And so I'm super, super excited this year to have the opportunity to compete. Skills I have for the Derby. Just got my GPS, and probably navigating is not at the top of it. I am working really hard on that, and actually I'm doing really well. I do a lot of endurance racing, so riding is not going to be a problem. Riding 100 miles a day, which I plan to do, is going to be a little interesting, but that's what makes for a great race, right? My riding background, I grew up with horses. My mom always made sure I had a horse or a pony to ride. I did dressage growing up, I did jumping, I did Western pleasure, English, speed events, barrel racing, you name it. And I always was fascinated with endurance. Come on, buddy, let's get going. And my parents didn't have the money to do that and do all that traveling. We didn't have a lot growing up. And I said, you know what? One day that's what I want to do. When I have the time, when I have the finances, that's what I want to do. So about 5 years ago, I had my career going, had a child, had a house, married. I said, what am I waiting for? And so I just jumped right in, started asking questions, went to my first endurance race, had no idea what I was doing, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It is my passion in life, and there's nothing more freeing than being on the back of a horse. What have I done like this before? Well, of course, endurance is the big thing, and I have plans for Tavis, the 100-mile race in California, but endurance, I've been doing it for about 5 years, and it's definitely taught me more about horses than anything else I've ever done combined. So what I'm looking forward to the most is, of course, being on the back of a horse, racing 100 miles a day. I haven't done 100 miles a day on a horse yet. I just haven't had the horse to do it or the opportunity. So I am super excited about racing 100 miles a day. That's what I'm shooting for anyway, 100 miles every day, and experiencing the culture. I love experiencing new people, new places. I've gotten the opportunity to travel a little bit. I spent a month in China. I took a summer class in Paris, and just seeing the way people live. You know, we think that the way we live is how it is, and that's normal. It's not. It's such a small part of the world. So we plan on staying in Gares. I'm actually riding with Michael Gaskin. He is another competitor that got selected, and we met up after the selections were made, and I went to his ranch in Mississippi, and we've decided to race. We're both super competitive, so it's going to make for an interesting ride. Because we're both super competitive and we both have ideas of how we want to do. Well, for one, it's to go down. We both want to beat Devin Horn. I know Devin. Michael thinks we can just race and beat her. There's going to be a little strategy involved. And so trying to rein him in to keep our horses passing the vet checks, it's going to be really, really interesting to see how that's going to play out. But anyway, I digress a little bit. I'm so excited to stay in the Gares with the families. That is one of my goals, is try to stay as much as I can with the families and really get immersed in their culture and learn the way they do things. And so I'm super excited about that. Definitely the reason I'm doing this is to win. Or die trying. They will have to pull me off this course in a body bag because that's what I want. That's what Michael wants. So, so yeah, we're shooting for that. And I know Devin Horn is gunning for a win. You know, it's her third time back, and I know she wants it really bad, and I want it really bad, and Michael wants it really bad. So, definitely going to be some drama involved there. She's a nice girl. I've met her. But when it's competition time, things can go down. What sets me apart from the field? First of all, I never quit, ever. I do ultra marathons. I've done so far 50-mile runs. The last one as early as a couple months ago, and it's really helped me prepare because you really have to be mentally tough. And the other thing I don't do is complain. You will not hear me complain. There are enough other people complaining that I don't need to do it. So what sets me apart is I will not quit. You can bang me up, throw me down, throw me off a horse, whatever, I'm not quitting. Oh, one of the things I'm worried about, really at this point, what I'm worried about is diarrhea. You know, I've done enough ultra races. I know how things work. I'm totally comfortable with the nitty gritty. But the diarrhea, and I've heard that getting on and off the horse is the most dangerous part. So yeah, we're going to try not to have that. I know it's kind of silly, but that's what I've been stressing about a little bit. What do I predict will happen? Well, I predict you are looking at the 2018 Mongol Derby winner. That's what I predict. So I cannot wait to meet y'all. Please consider myself and Michael as one of the teams that you follow. I promise we will not disappoint, and we will give y'all drama for sure. The nitty gritty. It's not going to be pretty, but that's what it's about. Thanks, guys.